hiding in the elevator. Please, can you call 911? Just go to hell!
And Guy showed you no respect. So don't you understand? I did it for you.
A beautiful young woman named Angela stays late at work to finish an urgent contract while the other employees gradually leave. A gloomy guy named Jim comes into her office and awkwardly tries to apologize for something he did at the Christmas party. Angela coldly accepts his apology, and Jim leaves. She then calls her family, promising to finish up and come to the family gathering. Time passes, and Angela is the last one left in the office. As she's leaving, she runs into the security guard Carl, who escorts her and a couple of remaining people down to the lobby, planning to lock up the building afterward. Angela heads alone to the underground parking garage on level P2, where there's no cell signal. She gets into her car, but it won't start. Angela decides to walk. Grabbing her gifts, she heads to the garage exit, but it's locked. She goes to the security office where the guard, Thomas, is with his aggressive chained dog, Rocky. She asks him to open the exit, and Thomas offers to help jumpstart her car, saying it's hard to find a taxi at this hour. They go to Angela's car, and Thomas hooks up a portable battery jumper. The car still won't start, though the headlights come on. Thomas thinks it's strange, but Angela decides not to worry about it and take a cab instead. Thomas escorts her to the lobby, subtly trying to invite her to dinner, but she gently turns him down. In the now empty lobby, Angela calls a cab and tells her family not to wait for her and to start celebrating. After quite a while, the cab arrives, but Angela can't get out because the doors are locked and Carl is nowhere to be found. She runs to the parking booth, trying to reach security via the intercom to open the door. The cab driver, tired of waiting, leaves. Angela is upset, and then the main lights go out in the garage, which doesn't help her mood. She walks, lighting her way with her phone. She trips over a curb, falls, dropping her gifts and phone. As she picks up her phone, Thomas suddenly appears behind her. He attacks her, knocking her out with a chloroform-soaked rag. Angela wakes up in the security office. Her head is spinning from the chloroform. Thomas has changed her into an elegant dress, and he's dressed as Santa Claus. Angela is seated at a festively set dinner table with her leg chained to one of its legs. Thomas shows her care, serving her dinner. Angela demands that Thomas remove the chain, but he ignores her. He asks about her life, posing many questions about her past, saying he wants her to relax. It's clear that Thomas is obsessed with Angela and wants to spend a Christmas evening with her. He mentions he's reading a Hemingway novel. Thomas admires the hero who loves his girl wholeheartedly, despite her infidelity and behavior. He claims that's what true love should be. Despite Angela's pleas and threats, Thomas keeps her captive against her will. Her bluff about a non-existent fiancé fails. Thomas knows all about her family. He forces her to call them and lie that she's sick so no one will come looking for her. Thomas gives her a gift. Inside is a videotape and he plays it for her. The footage shows a drunk Jim groping a resisting Angela in the elevator. She fights him off and storms away in rage. Thomas is disgusted with Jim's actions, calling him an idiot. He decides to take Angela for a ride and starts removing her chain. She stabs him in the back with a fork, but fails to escape. Thomas grabs her and handcuffs her hands behind her back. They then get into his car and drive to the 4th level of the underground garage. Right in the middle is Jim, gagged, tied to an office chair. He's thrashing around in terror. Thomas suggests Angela might want revenge on Jim. He says it's his gift to her, offering her a flashlight to beat him with. She refuses, saying it was an accident and already resolved. Thomas explains that Jim has done this to many women. He's just a pervert. He believes simple apologies aren't enough. Realizing punishment is inevitable, Angela says she'll do it, but asks Thomas to remove the handcuffs. Thomas hesitates, suspecting she's planning something. He then says she shouldn't become a bad person and goes to beat Jim himself. As he raises the flashlight, Angela yells for him to stop. After a brief pause, Thomas brutally beats Jim anyway. They drive away with Angela. She says it wasn't necessary. Thomas, in turn, theorizes that Angela had feelings for Jim, and they weren't just colleagues. He starts suspecting an office affair that Angela used for career advancement. He then rams the chair with Jim multiple times into the wall with his car, splattering the windshield with blood and guts. During the murder, Angela manages to escape from the car. Thomas is upset by her behavior, but doesn't chase her right away, focusing on cleaning up Jim's remains. As soon as Angela gets to a somewhat safe distance, she tries screaming, but no one hears her upstairs. She maneuvers the handcuffs in front of her body, then fights the dog for her phone. Sadly, there's no signal, but she manages to steal several key cards. Right by the closed garage gates, she gets a signal but drops the phone on the other side. She can't reach it because of the handcuffs. Meanwhile, Thomas has tracked her on the cameras and heads toward her, but Angela has already moved. She runs to various doors, trying the cards while avoiding Thomas and his dog. Finally, one card opens a door to the elevators. Angela tries to take the elevator to the lobby, but the button is locked. Thomas spots her and approaches. In panic, she rides to other parking levels. She stops the elevator between floors using the emergency stop button. After thinking, she presses the emergency service button and calls for help. A man asks what's wrong. Angela begs him to call 911, describing the situation. The dispatcher says Thomas is just trying to help her. Angela realizes it's Thomas's voice. He's impersonating the dispatcher. Thomas pleads for her to come out, saying he did it all for her and begging for a second chance. But she refuses. He then forces her out by lowering a fire hose into the shaft and flooding the elevator cabin with cold water. The elevator slowly fills. The lights flicker, and then a body falls from the ceiling. It's the guard Carl, either dead or unconscious. Angela releases the emergency stop, and the elevator reaches the next floor. The doors open, and the rush of water flushes Angela and Carl into the hallway. Hoping Carl is still alive, Angela tries to revive him, but it doesn't work. She flees alone to the third parking level, leaving Carl behind. She hides in the dark and cold. After failing to find her, Thomas blasts Christmas music throughout the garage, which really gets to her. Angela grabs a fire axe and starts smashing cameras. She sneaks toward the security office, ready to fight. Inside, she sees footage of Thomas applying makeup to her while she was unconscious and groping her a bit. She flies into even greater rage and smashes the TV with the axe. On the monitors, she sees a patrol car with 2 cops has arrived at the garage and tries to contact them, but Thomas appears and tasers her. He quickly hides all evidence and greets the officers who buzzed security. They want to check the garage due to reports of strange noises. Thomas lets them in, and the cops inspect, including driving past the car where he's hidden Angela in the trunk. Thomas watches them on cameras, keeping the fire axe handy just in case. But the cops find nothing, even where Jim was killed, since Thomas covered it with wooden pallets. Angela regains consciousness and manages to pop the trunk lock. She escapes and rushes toward the departing cops, but doesn't make it in time, running into Thomas and Rocky instead. He sicks the dog on her. While fleeing, Angela smashes a car window with a tire iron and hides inside. The dog attacks, biting her leg. She strikes Rocky multiple times with the sharp end of the tire iron, killing him. Bitten and wounded, she breaks into the car rental office, calls emergency services from there, but all lines are busy. She then breaks open the box with car keys. Meanwhile, Thomas finds Rocky's body. He's devastated and doesn't understand why Angela did it, saying she's starting to annoy him. He also thinks she wants him fired. He nearly finds her, but she tricks him by leaving part of her dress sticking out of a cabinet. When he checks it, she attacks from behind, temporarily disabling him and escaping. She gets into a car and starts driving away. Near the gates, Thomas rams her in another car. Their maneuvers position the cars facing each other at a distance. Both accelerate toward a head-on collision. Thomas chickens out first and swerves. Smug Angela gets distracted, loses control, and her car flips over. She passes out. Thomas opens the door to get her, but Angela is actually conscious. She stabs him in the eye with a letter opener, then starts choking him with the handcuffs. She takes his keys, unlocks her handcuffs, chains Thomas to the car instead, grabs his taser, and walks away. Thomas comes to and begs her to stay friends. When she ignores him, he insults her, calling her a stupid bitch. Those last words prove fatal. She stops, uses the taser to ignite the stream of leaking gasoline. Thomas and the car are engulfed in flames. He screams in agony. Angela turns and walks away. Thomas is dead, and limping Angela emerges from the garage onto the snowy New York street toward the lights of several approaching ambulances. The film ends there.